seconds.
When do I leave?
When I'm gonna give you all a cue to go
5 seconds.
All right.
4,
5 seconds. 1,
3, 2.
Mike.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mike G. Welcome to the For Life weekly broadcast featuring your host, Robert Humphrey Jr., introducing the original sounds of gospel funk. And we are the For Life family. And now I'd like to introduce to some and present to others the king of gospel funk, Mr. Robert Humphrey Jr.
All right, man. What's the introduction, bro? Thank you. Hello, everybody out there. I'm Robert Humphrey, Jr., the king of gospel funk. You may say, what is gospel funk? Okay, first of all, to explain what that is, it's gospel music with the beats and the sounds that you grew up to. For example, Nikki, you grew up listening to what coming around?
Salt and Pepper,
Salt
Light.
Salt and Pepper. Gail, who you listen to? Parliament. Mimi.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Mike G.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Okay, so we're taking all of those artists that they just named and combining grooves. We're not, let me make it plain now, we're not sampling their music, but we are taking their spirits, their original idea of funk, and putting it into a gospel flavor so that you can actually party and dance and have a good time and knowing the lyrics and all that you are dancing to. Gospel funk originated in my mind approximately 3 years ago. I was listening to an artist, and everybody at churches and everybody at cookouts and churches, the Easter egg hunts and things that I was participating in or visiting or going to, they were actually playing some songs that the radio version, but then when they went home and actually listened to the real version of those songs, they were disappointed or upset because they didn't know what they were actually dancing to. So it was placed in my spirit, in my mind, to actually come up with lyrics and a sound. Being a ex-funkadelic myself and going up in the studio, doing studio music, it hit me that you know, why can't we have music that's just as funky, just as hip-hoppy, just as groovy in the gospel world? Because we all are Christians under one God, so we all listen to music in different types. I don't care what nationality you may represent or you may be, you still listen to music. And if you happen to go roller skating, if you happen to have kids and you want them to go ice skating, you would like to hear music that they can relate to and that's sensitive to your ears, as well as what you have your kids dancing, skating, or listening to. So gospel funk came about with the Sugar Hill, the Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Parliament, and what was yours, bro? Sugar Hill.
MC Light.
Salt and Pepper. Okay. And so now, if you notice in the gospel music that we have, the gospel funk, there is rapping. There is a lot of percussions. We have a 13-piece band.
Huge band.
And when I say band, we all couldn't fit in the studio if we really wanted to.
Right.
Okay. But we have original sound and we have live instruments. We are not sampling. We are not using computer beats. We are not dubbing in other instruments. We are physically playing these instruments ourselves. Now, you can always check out in the background, we are playing original music. These songs are created with For Life, with myself and my family here. And we come together and we collab on these things along with Sugar Ray Smith and we put these tunes together to create gospel funk. Another way of putting gospel funk, your parents, you may have grew up in a household and you heard Al Green. And what Al Green say? Give me not a song, but give me something like he do. What's one of them hollers he do? Go ahead, give me one. Ow! Okay, do something like that. Okay, that's Al Green. So you may grew up hearing your parents listening to that. What was your parents listening to? Your mother was listening to what? Nat King Cole or somebody of that nature. Okay, like Mimi, what your parents were listening to basically? Do you remember?
Oh gosh. Oh my God. I had just a second ago, Rob. Oh, the OJ.
The OJ. Okay, so now those were artists that had music for everyone. You know, it wasn't, you didn't buy one of their albums because it wasn't CDs then, but you didn't buy one of their albums and it had what's that? The censor across it, explicit.
Yeah, explicit lyrics.
Okay, so you didn't have that going on in life back then, but your parents listened to that, and you grew up listening to that, and some of the churches, and I'm gonna get into this with our special guest this evening, but some of the churches, such as like your Catholic churches, you got different styles. You got your, I guess, your Orthodox, and then you got the other Catholic churches that have dances, and they listen to these types of music, and it's not frowned upon. What I do know from experience in the Baptist church, they listen to the music. They have fabulous cookouts where they have the line dancing and etc. going on, and it's not frowned upon. And with today's time, you have to do things that keep your folk interested. You're not worried about the ones that's been sitting there 50 years. You want the newcomers. You want to reach the outside. So this brand and this style of music is being put in place for you to be able to relate to in 3 different ways. The first would be the lyrics. The second would be the beat. And then the third would be the availability of it. You will have it to listen to anywhere, anytime. You can actually play it in a church setting. You can play it at a cookout setting. You can play it at the skating rink. You can play it at the ice skating rink. You can play it at the bowling alley. There's not any limitations on this because you're getting everything you really need in one. The right lyrics, positive, and all of it is gospel, but it's with flavor, and it's not trying to sell any religion. Let's get that clear. It's not trying to sell Presbyterian, and not trying to sell Pentecostal. It's not trying to sell Baptist. It's trying to sell good, clean music that you can dance and bop to. We have a song and it's called Love Lifted Me, and we have a step dance that was introduced to us by yours truly, Nicole, Michael G, Gail Berkeley, and Michelle Latney, and a few others in the group, and we will be showing you that dance in times to come. But it's our own version of a step song. You know, you may have a problem with some of the artists, and I'm not going to call names, with some of their past or background. However, we're putting out our own version, something that you can support, listen to, and enjoy. Now, with that said, I'm going to ask Mike today to give me his interpretation of what gospel funk kind of means in his mind. Can you give me a little bit of that, Mike?
I sure can. When I thought about it, and when you first presented it to me, and you said we're doing gospel funk, it caught my eye real quick, because I'm thinking gospel and funk combined, infused together. So you have good music, like you said, with good lyrics. It's gospel music, but you can put it in your car and travel down the highway and listen to it and bob your head because it's got a nice beat to it. So that was my interpretation. But then once I got to rehearsal and really saw what it was, it's not just gospel music with a funky beat. It's got funky beat, it's got funky keyboards, it's got funky bass playing, everything, all of the instruments bring extra pieces of funk into it. So gospel funk is like the best of 2 worlds, because A lot of us grew up on funk back in the day, and we grew up on gospel. So now we got the two together with gospel funk.
Okay, great. Now, Nikki, you rap. Now she is a rapper on the show, and basically what goes on with Nikki as rapping, she has to have a positive beat. She has to have some of that salt, pepper that she grew up on to create, because a lot of the rap parts that she does, I may give her a layout and then she goes and create or recreate or formulate how we want it to be. So how does this affect you, having that beat? What's your drive? Is it the beat? Is it the instruments? Is it the connection between the beat and the chorus lines? Can you give me a little bit of that? Can you understand my question?
Well, it's really a little bit of everything. That's what I love about gospel funk. For those that might not have grew up in the church or don't really too favor gospel music, it's something that can draw youth in. It's something that can draw young adults in. And it's got a funky beat to it for those that just like listening to rap, but maybe might not like all of the profound words or the things that are being said. This is a positive message. And all of the music, we have so many instruments: the congos, the bongos, the horns, the two drums, the bass players, guitar, two keyboard players. So we really got it going on. So you can't help but get into it, and the funkiness get into you, and you just feel good about what you're listening to, and what's going on around you. It's going to make you feel good, regardless of where you're listening to it at.
For example, our sound man, we catch him a lot of times just lost in space with the beat. He's just gone. He's taking over, and that's good and it's bad, but it's good. Now, Gail actually sings soprano for the group. Michelle sings tenor, alto, and a little bit of everything, depending on what's needed. Now, you won't have the same answer, I don't think, but what is it that drives you into this gospel funk?
Well, for me, the beat is good. We love the beat. But for me, the words, because the words minister to me. And I feel that listening to the words, you're hearing it in a different sound, and someone may be able to relate to those words. You're just hearing it differently, but it's still ministering to those. Listen to the words. Don't just get off on the beat, which the beat is wonderful, but listen to the words, because the song is telling a story. And a lot of the songs are original that we do, and the songs tell a story. So we want you to listen to the words and listen to the story that's being told. We all have stories.
That's right.
And so what's drawn me to Robert E. Humphrey and For Life is the words, because this is a very talented young man, CEO of the company, and he has the anointing. He's just been blessed, and he sleeps and breathes words to songs. We can't learn them fast enough because he's spitting them out, but he's telling a story. And so please, I encourage you, I implore you to take the opportunity to listen to the songs of For Life, Robert E. Humphrey and For Life. Listen to the words, listen to the beat, because you will be able to relate. You will be able to relate to what we're doing.
Very good. Now, that was really great. Mimi singing all different parts of harmony and helping direct the vocal in For Life. What is it like for you with the gospel funk? What's the challenges of it, basically, for you?
Well, singing has been my life, so the challenge is working with the different voices. And as Gail mentioned, you gotta go with the heart of the people. So you listen and you see where everyone is, and then you try to fit in what you think is going to help make it even more beautiful, as far as the words you have written down and the music that you have arranged, and just making sure it fits where the song is trying to go. the different voices. It's I think it's a natural thing. I wanted to say I think one of the things that God has blessed me with is just an ear for sound. And working with this group gives me an opportunity to hear all different sounds, all different voices. I think Nikki has a beautiful natural alto voice. It's a beautiful voice, and Gail definitely has a beautiful natural soprano voice. And then to put those voices together, and then along with the music and the different sounds, like the horns, and I know you even told me that you could play the flute even.
Yeah.
So just working with the sound and the different voices, it's just something that makes me feel inspired. You know, I'm giving a cry because I grew up in all church. I've been holiness, I've been Baptist, I've been able. Where my mama said you going to church, that's where you're going. So I listen to traditional music in the church, contemporary music in the church, and then of course dance music. You know, I mean, so it's just something that's in me, and I just love being able to express it and share it with everybody in the group.
That's how you know it's real, right there. That young lady right there. That's just confirmation that it's real. And I just got to put this out there. We added some horns last night, and I'm actually playing one of the horns myself. I'm on saxophone. We will be playing on 25th Street for National Night Out Tuesday coming August the 4th. If you want to get an opportunity to see what gospel funk really is, be out there. We'll be out there from 5 p.m. until dark. We're probably going to do about 2 sets. I'm going to bring on a portion of the band first. Then I'm going to bring on the full band, and you will get the full band experience. We're going to have some artists sitting in with us, such as Raymond Carter, and who's with us now, and Sugar Ray Smith from Innovation. You're going to be in for a treat. But Mimi, you spoke on Gail's voice, you spoke on Nikki's voice, but you didn't speak on Mike G's voice, and I appreciate that.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
I just
Stick to that.
And just putting it out there, I was we had left rehearsal the other night, got home, kind of got settled. I got a phone call. Hey man, I just heard something hit me. I'm going back to the studio and practice it. That was this guy. So it's actually fun. He left rehearsal, went home, heard something, went back, mind you, to practice it, because it's a feel, and we are letting you know that it's original. It's original. If anybody else try to tell you they started it, or anybody else try to say they got the gospel funk, no, it's right here. Now I do know some other artists that's doing their version of gospel funk, but it's all simulated. It's all with tracks. It's all with different instruments as far as from the computer. We are doing this stuff live, and that's the challenge. We are bringing back the old school, original musicians. We got musicians that's playing. We have vocals that sing. We have 6 ladies singing, just to give you the size of the band. Now, without any further ado, I would like to bring on.
Hold on. Before you do that, yes, sir. I gotta because I don't know if y'all heard Michelle when she said that he can play the flute. This man right here is a musical genius. He can play every. I tell you what, bring an instrument and dare him to play it, and I guarantee you he can play it. And while you're thinking about that, think about people that you listen to now that have albums and have made millions and millions of dollars, and ask them how many instruments they can play. I'm not challenging nobody. I'm not throwing nobody under the bus. I'm just saying this man right here, he's a musical genius. A little hard to work with it sometimes, but it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you for that, and I do enjoy, and I credit that to the God I serve, and my parents for allowing me to have that freedom. And right now I have a special guest in the house, and I'm going to bring him about, ladies and gentlemen. He's I can say now a friend of mine, and I'll wait until we get into the interview process to talk more about it. But will you put your hands together and welcome the one, the only J. Michael Hammerhand, everybody. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. All right, this is Mike, everybody. I've had the pleasure of meeting Mike a couple of years ago. And before I go on any further about when I met him or whatever, I want to tell you a little bit about rhythm. You look at this guy, and some of you will immediately say, okay, what does he know about music? Or is he a professor? He has different looks right now. You know, he has looks of like he may be a musical genius, like he may play an instrument. I'm going to let Mike take a few minutes and tell you about Mike. Take the time and tell us a little bit about yourself, please, sir.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know the history of you with music, as far as the style of music that you're listening to now. Start with what you grew up on as far as music in your household.
Well, the type of music I grew up on is very eclectic. I mean, I listened to rock and roll, I listened to soul, I listened to, there was a place in our town that had symphonies outdoors in the summertime. I listened to them. And I always liked to dance.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
So I kind of gravitated to music that I could dance to.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, the woman that I'm married to also likes to dance.
Okay.
And we like to dance together.
Okay. That's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In fact, I've danced to your music.
Yes, you
and
have.
and I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed it very much.
Well, let me tell you a question I have for
Okay.
you. Okay. When you were growing up, you named several different styles of music or types of music. Did you have or do you have a favorite as of today? And is it different than from your younger days to your seasoned days?
Actually, no.
Okay, so okay.
I kind of listen to how the instruments blend together, and I like songs because of how well the instruments and the vocals and everything blend together.
Okay.
You know, so if they don't blend together very well, I don't like them very well. And if they do, I like them. And if it's more complicated, I like that better.
Okay. Okay. Now, with that said, we had a conversation earlier, and the conversation was based on dancing. This guy and his wife, mind you, if you saw them on the dance floor, you would be very amazed, because not because of the color of his skin, but because of he got that professor thing going on right now. So you wouldn't think he was so smooth, is what I'm looking for. He has they almost like glide on the dance floor together. It's almost as if it's just magic. And I said, Michael, can you tell me, what are you listening to and how do you create your moves? And do you remember your answer?
Yeah, I listen to different instruments. I listen to the bass, I listen to the drums. I'll maybe pick out another instrument then and move different parts of my body to different instruments.
That's what I wanted. All right, now, Casey, he said he moved different parts of his body to the instruments, and that creates what?
Rhythm, I guess.
Okay, in your own dance style, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Now, do you find it easier dancing with your wife opposed to by yourself?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, I find it easier dancing with my wife than I find it dancing with anybody else.
Okay.
My wife and I have been married for 31 years,
oh, wow.
And we have danced together for that many years. And we just know how each other move, so it's real easy to, rather than it being two people dancing separately, it's like the two of us are dancing together as one person.
Well, that explains why it looks so smooth when you're doing it. Okay. Another question I have for you. Funk. Did you listen to much? Now, you mentioned classic, rock, and etc., but what is your interpretation of funky music?
Would you consider James Brown funky?
Yes, very funky.
Okay, I like James Brown.
Okay. Now, is there any more in that era?
Would Sly and the Family Stone be
Most
considered?
definitely.
I like Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay, Sly and the Family Stone. Okay, now, how do you feel personally being introduced to quote unquote gospel funk?
It's an interesting concept. I know when my kids were younger, I had a great deal of concern about what they listened to.
Okay.
Because there would be popular music, but if you listened to what was actually being put across in the popular music, it wasn't something I really wanted my children to be a part of.
Okay.
You know, and in fact, I can remember talking to a parent of one of my daughter's good friends about this very thing.
Okay.
Because she was sitting there listening to a song that was very popular at the time, and I don't think she realized what the words were saying.
Okay.
So I took it upon myself to point them out to her so that she would be aware.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's a real good idea.
So you would welcome it, and you feel that it's a pretty good concept because it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, trying to get this out is not going to be difficult because we have the show here, but I would appreciate if you would also let people know what we're doing. And I want to let you know, again, this is Mr. J. Michael Hammerhand, and he's been a great guest on the show, and he came in, and you will get to see him one day cut the rug along with his wife to the king of gospel funk with the gospel funk that we do. All right? I'm going to give you a hand, Mike. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. For life, could you just come in right quick? We're going to end the show. We're about out of time, but I want to say thank you to J Love Productions and everybody that's not here. We send our love to KC, wishing her family well. Everybody that's for the For Life family or in the For Life family that isn't here tonight, we thank you. We love you. God bless you. And check this out. We will be on 25th Street on August the 4th. The first kickoff for the band will be 5:45. You don't want to miss it. And then we will be at Elliott's on August the 15th doing the old school Soul Train party dance. Come dressed to impress in your 70s outfit. Testify. You can get it. YouTube. You can get it. What's the other? Spotify. Amazon, iHeart. We got a brand new single coming out, and it's called what is it? What does it Walt sound? The new single.
Gospel
Funkin' for Life. And now when you talk about, I went back into the as Mike was saying here, that Mr. Michael, he was saying the Bootsy, the James Brown rather, he said Sly. I went back into that part of my brain, and on this you can really connect to those artists. Agreed?
That's right.
Okay. Now with that gospel funk comes a request from me, and that request is to listen to it, pay attention to it. You know, don't be so quick to shoot something down or to judge something, because this is a positive thing. And you do want to be aware of what your children are listening to, and then you want to be aware of what you're listening to, what you're shaking to at the family reunion, at the family cookout, at the church event, at the wedding reception. So that means we are available for all of those things. If you want to get in touch with us, somebody tell them quickly how to get in touch with us.
You can get in touch with us by email at forliferecordsinc@gmail.com. That's the number 4 Life Records with an S Inc@gmail.com.
The phone number 804-888-4762. Again, 804-888-4762. Gail is going to just give a special shout out to people.
Special shout out, first and foremost, to J Love Productions.
All right,
Yeah. Also, Ralph Fry Productions,
Ralph
Sugar
Fry,
Ray
Sugar Ray.
Smith,
All
and
right.
Robert
Right.
Jr. Shout out to Elliot's, Kobe's Barbershop, Dale's Barbershop, LACD Productions, and we thank you all for watching us weekly, and please continue. Tell us what you like, give us some feedback, listen to our music. We love you, we thank you.
Testify. Check it out. Those of you locally here in Richmond, that was written by me, and we will be performing it at the National Night Out on August 4th. And Testify has verses in it based on me being a graduate of Armstrong High School. That's why I went. And so the music is real. Testify is the title song, and it's the name of the CD, but it's based on my life, my experiences going to Armstrong, what they was allowing us to do in that era. Things has changed, times has changed, but as they say, and as Jay has told me, the names has changed, but the game is still the same, okay? Just different players. So you'll get to hear what I mean in Testify, because now Testify has the funkiness with it, and it's featuring Nicole on rap, it's featuring Michelle and Gail and Janet, KC, some other artists, is featuring Sugar Ray, it's featuring Kim One Night, my daughter girl, and it's really important for you to understand where we're going and what we're doing with gospel funk. Gospel funk is a wave of the future. You want to do the wobble, nothing against that. You want to do the Superman, nothing against that. Do Testify.
That's right.
Do Love Lifted Me.
That's right.
Do It's a Family Affair. Do Gospel Funkin' for Life. Do these songs, because now once you start hearing them, automatically you're going to bop your head. Automatically you're going to like it. You're going to like the mix. You're going to like the production of it. You're going to like the way that it's going. And we love you guys, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And I want to say once again thank you to my special guest, and I can say my friend J. Michael Hammerhand. Let's give him a hand, y'all. At a moment's notice, we thank J Love again, Sugar Hump Productions. We thank you, we love you, and as always, peace.
Right.
Testify, walk. We're gonna leave you with a little bit of this Testify. Can you put Testify on there? All right, we're gonna talk. Y'all listen. Peace for life, y'all. Thank you. Hey, what do you think? Pretty good? Come on in, Mike. Nope, come on in, Simone. There he is. There you go. All right. Thank you so much. He said slide in the family. Yeah. Well, both of y'all named Mike. Better check the records, man.
Okay.
Thank you so much.